When are you starting therapy?
And to his daughter.
Yes.
As soon as possible. Probably, I don't know.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
He's a couple of days late.
In fact, they're on their way to lock him up now in a straitjacket.
As soon as my wife allows me back in the house, that's when therapy will stop. I know that much. But
you're not in the house? Oh, dear.
Are you not in the house?
No, I'm somewhere around there.
In the dog.
All right, in the garage. All right. There's Sal.
Oh, boy.
Sal Governal. He's made other apologies for other things. And
we're getting a long list.
You don't happen to have that handy, do you, Fred? Where Sal goes?
See if I can find a Sal.
I'm Sal Governal.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Sal Governal. I would just like to apologize for racist remarks.
For anyone I offended.
Sal with the breakdown, huh?
Yeah, I'm shocked.
I'll just start playing
Good stuff.
Joey, you need your moment.
This is Sal Governale. And unfortunately, yesterday on the wrap-up show, I made a few comments that some consider to be racist and offensive. If I did offend you, I deeply apologize from the bottom of my heart. What I was simply trying to do was make a joke over the fact that white women generally don't have sex with black men. It was simply a joke. And the joke got out of hand because in this situation it was truth. People were offended. It doesn't matter what type of baby you have, whether it be white, black, Italian. The important thing here that we can learn from this is A, you shouldn't drink and do drugs because you might end up in a situation that you regret, whether it's a white child or a black child. And B, I have personally learned that when I address things, I should address them in a much better way, in a specific way, as not to offend people. Black people, white people, Spanish, Italian, or whatever the case may be. I sincerely mean this. I sincerely stand behind the fact that I was joking, and I sincerely apologize over the fact that people were offended. I am not a racist. Thank you for your time.
Joey's laughing.
I never heard the word sincere used more times than an insincere apology.
That is the second time, by the way, Sal has cried on the show. He cried when he got the job.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he cried during the contest when his week was up.
Howard, I don't know if we've spent enough time on it, but if you look on that same page that you were on, I think it's that Emmy's page, in green, you know, we sort of did the chronology of Sal's apologies or explanations. You know, it started on the show, then it went to the wrap-up show, then Mutt Club. By the time you get to the last one, he's just been whittled down to nothing.
Oh, yeah? The final apology, should I just go to, or should I go to the whole thing?
Start with if you're going to do at least the first one and the last one.
Well, I just want to hear Mutt calling him.
Okay.
I hear you twisting this all around, and that's not what happened, dude. You didn't call me the next day. The way I found out was after all the other comedians already knew about it because you were talking about how hot she was. It was months later, and they all confronted you and told you that you had to tell me about it.
No, if that's the case, I don't remember, but I did feel bad about it, and I sat you down, I explained it, and it was wrong, and I am sorry. And I know you brought it up on the Superfan Roundtable to a certain extent, and you've been great, and Kimmy's great, and I've told you a million times how much I love you, and it was a bad goof. The timing was wrong. I was definitely wrong.
Wait, but don't say it was a goof. It wasn't a joke. You were told, like, Levy and Richard and Booth and
Richard,
like, you have to tell them about this now.
Right. Well, Richard was right there, and that's what I did, is I skeeved out Richard by sniffing it, and then I talked about it, and then I told you about it. You're exactly right. That all happened, but it wasn't. Like I said, I didn't close the bathroom door and relieve myself or anything like that. It was Richard saw it, I picked it up, I sniffed it in front of him, I skeeved him out, show over. It was disgusting, it was wrong, but I want to let you know, and I apologize.
Don't tell her that's a goof. I mean, you went on and on about how hot she is. You've talked
She is hot. She's dude, she's smoking hot. She's absolutely smoking hot.
Even that's too much to say.
Joey's laughing.
You know the insane brilliance of this career you've built for yourself. You have over the years succeeded in surrounding yourself with nuts. We're all crazy, legitimately out of our fucking minds.
You think?
People get crazier and crazier.
Well, that's because everybody is crazy.
I said to someone one day that Howard enjoys nutcases. He does. And we've been a couple of times in danger because he enjoys it.
I'm fascinated by out-of-control behavior.
I was just about to say that's funny you said that. Well, the first time
I don't understand it.
The first time I came in here with Norm and I was telling the Mad TV Coke story, you kept going, I love out-of-control people.
Right, yeah.
You said it like 4 times.
My upbringing is almost like a military. I was raised by 2 military generals who didn't allow anybody to move.
He was in boot camp.
I mean, so the idea that one acts out is foreign to me. Misbehavior isn't tolerated in my world. Everything is done by the book. So.
But Artie, he's gotten better at selecting the nuts. Because when we were in Washington, D.C., he wanted to have a sportscaster, but he was looking for a real nut.
Right.
And we found one. And one day after the sportscaster
he found me.
He called in over the phone, and the first time I saw him, I said, Howard, that guy's really crazy. He goes, I love him. And one day after the sportscast, he completely melted down, was in a corner in the fetal position, and we could not get him out of the building.
Yeah, I said to this guy, listen, snap 2. You're going to be huge. You're going to be the biggest thing in Washington. Let me hear Sal's final apology.
You guys have really made me realize, I don't know, the severity of this. I feel so bad for Mutt and stuff, and he has such a beautiful daughter, and he shouldn't be in the spotlight with this, and I feel bad about it. What am I supposed to say, Artie, that I did something good?
You feel a bit worse about Mutt.
I do feel bad. I feel horrible for Mutt, and I'm glad that he's a man enough to be okay with it to a certain extent, but I don't know what to do. I'm just thinking about what happened to me and what you guys have brought up in my life, and you guys are finally making me realize what I did was wrong.
All right, well, there it is. Enough of that.
In everything, though, in every explanation, the daughter's hot.
Yeah,
the daughter's hot. I mean, it's the whole gets done.
He's got to get off that.
Right.
Yeah, enough of the hot daughter. Yeah. Enough of the hot daughter.
She's fucking 16.
Yeah, remember, anybody who has a daughter...
You keep them away from Sal.
Well, anybody who has a daughter... Nobody wants to hear about how hot they are.
No, you don't want to hear your buddies who are your age getting hot over your daughter.
Right.
Yeah, that's a sexual comment. I mean, you clearly want to fuck my daughter.
Right. And you know what? We don't want to hear it.
We don't.
If you have those thoughts, keep them to yourself.